Hi, welcome to Running Logic. What we're going to look at today is increasing your mileage for this week's top tip. Now, obviously, the general rule of thumb seems to work around the 10% increase, but actually it creates a number of issues depending on where you are with your running. If you're a new runner, the major thing you want to be starting to do is really get consistent running in there. And I would advocate, and we've got a fantastic program on the website to go through this, is actually walking should be a really big part of that. We need to get you walking. We need to get you consistently doing a small amount of work while we build up some strength and tissue tolerance in the legs, along with some sort of strength training, body weight work as part of that program will really help get you in a better place. So the 10% rule goes out the window because you're just starting out. You've got a lot of scope to increase your mileage. So it's not about going out for long runs, it's doing a little bit often, 3 times a week, 4 times a week. I think you're going to find you're going to benefit really well. And then gradually progress from there. As you feel comfortable, you feel confident, you feel stronger, you might increase one of those runs a week and build that up to a longer run. And we really like to look at time rather than mileage. I think mileage can get confusing. If you're out when you're tired, you're pushing too hard. We want to focus on time because we know you can run for that period of time. It doesn't matter how far you go, but what we're trying to achieve is actually that you're focusing on time. If you're a runner who's been out for a short time with an injury, or you've been on holiday, coming back and going, I can only do this much and then I can only increase it, might not be appropriate. You might actually be able to do more quicker. So you've got to get back in your program. I would advocate you do a couple of runs for a couple of weeks, get yourself back in your routine and go, right, I'm fine now, I can start to progress my mileage maybe on my longer run. So I think that's important, again, thinking about how the strength training helps with tissue tolerance around that. Then if you're looking at doing marathon runner, you're an experienced runner, 10%. If you're doing shorter runs, you're really focused on 5-10Ks, 10% doesn't give you very much to think about in terms of if you're building up speed or you're trying to increase your mileage. But then obviously if you're a marathon runner and you're up at that mileage already, you don't necessarily need to be increasing your mileage by 10% or your volume by 10%, depending on your training levels. You're needing to manage it. So it's about making sure your training program allows you to hit the sweet spot so that you're race ready, but also that you're having weeks where you're coming down and you're listening to your body. The hardest thing for those experienced runners is making sure you're aware of fatigue in the system and things that might be an indication you're overtraining and you need to ease off a little bit more. Again, we've got some good information on the website about that, so have a read. So I think just thinking that you increase your volume by 10-15% can be quite a hard thing to work through. You've got to look at individually, where are you trying to get to, and what feels right for your body and allows you to progress. The major thing, what we don't want you doing is doing really slow runs because there's a lot of impact on the joints. So make sure you're mixing it up as you go along. Okay, so I hope that helps, gives you a bit of guideline and something to think about with your training programs. Thank you.